You were the first guest on this podcast. We're celebrating year 2.
Yay.
And you're going to be the first guest on year 2, not season 2. We're on like season 5, I think now. But thank you for coming back. And I'm so glad that we were able to be in person this time.
Are you an RV person? Or are you just RV life curious, wondering how people live in a tiny space with their family 24/7? Either way, this is a podcast for you. My name is Kate White, and I travel full-time with my family and 2 kids and the dog in an RV. Every week, I sit down either with a fellow RV woman to discuss why she chose RV life and how she has changed on the road, or with a special guest who speaks on a topic relevant to travel life. Pull a chair up to the fire and let's chat. When my husband and I decided to travel full-time, we had never RV'd before. We bought a pre-owned fifth wheel off Facebook that we didn't get inspected, and within 3 months of living in it, we paid thousands of dollars in RV repairs. I wish we would have known back then about My RV Resource, the online directory that connects RVers with RV service providers. It's like the yellow pages for RV services. My RV Resource is a woman-owned business, and RVers can search for free. Head to myrvresource.com to find your RV help today.
I'm coming at you in full RV mode today.
Love it.
Because we had to move sites and
sorry,
because it's going to rain and we were in the swamp and everyone was telling us it was going to flood. So it was cool.
Yeah. I'm glad that you're here.
I am too.
New spot.
Yeah.
For a week,
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's good. What have you been doing? Sitting by the pool?
Yeah. But I just got back from my own solo trip.
Yes.
So I took the van off by myself. Yeah.
I was going to say that's a brilliant move because for the listeners to know, we are in the middle of a month of full-time families. 100 families at the same campground.
Yeah.
And you made a brilliant move of going off on your own for a few days.
Yeah, our therapist, we just had this meeting. I was like, listen, I need some space. Like, I need to be in my own energy for a while. I love you. Bless you. You're my partner of 18 years. Love you. But I need some time away. Yeah. And so our therapist is like, this sounds like a fantastic idea. And I'm like,
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And, 1 month I'm going to go off. And then the next month Kyle's going to go off. And then the next month. So we're going to flip flop each month. I don't know how much he's going to love it. But
oh, really? He's not as into being by himself.
No, I love him. He loves to be Velcro, so he's like sucked and and I need like space occasionally to breathe.
Yeah, same.
That's about it. Yeah,
that's surprisingly similar to me and my husband. Yeah. There was a time actually before RV life where we would schedule in evenings away for each other, and I was like, yes. I'm like making a list what I'm going to do. I had ideas. I was like looking forward to it. And she was like, I don't know. I think I should just stay here. He would always start to make excuses. And I'm like, this is the reason that you need some time.
Yeah. Because you need to be independent. You need to go live and do things on your own. Like I did a Boondockers welcome by myself. I was in the middle of Seminole Heights in Tampa and in some stranger's front yard. And that's where I slept for the night.
Okay. So then what do you do?
So this trip was different because it was more of a work trip. And so I needed to get my tattoo touched up because I just got it all redone. And so it needed to get touched up.
It's amazing. Are you happy with it?
So much happier.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. My ego had to die with the first rendition of it.
Yeah.
But so I'm on this trip and then I get my tattoo touched up. And then the next day I have my first national news interview on my own merit and my own
content
stuff. So I got to.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Yeah. That's so exciting.
That's what I was
How many TV shows have you been on in the past?
There's been a lot.
6 months, year, something?
There's been a lot.
Are you have you hired a PR?
We have. Yeah. So I have a PR person now.
Nice.
We're focusing more on speaking engagements, where I was editing the videos for a while and running all of our social media. But I want to be an author and I'm halfway through my book and I need to finish writing it. And I want to be a public speaker and all these things. So I'm going to be going off a lot more on my own. Don't know how much Kyle's going to love that.
Yeah.
But, we're transitioning roles of I'm kind of going to be the breadwinner while he's working on his vlogs to get his vlogs going. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic because we had this dynamic before we launched.
Oh,
I was the breadwinner of my salon and he stayed at home.
He did the puppy salon.
So we'll see how this next season and choices in this next cycle coming up are going to be.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What do you want to tell us what your book's about, or do you want it to be a surprise?
Well, I mean, over the past 4 years, I have PTSD. And so getting into the bus and going out into nature, quickly, we lost our son in a car accident back in 2011. And so being on the road is not a fun thing,
Wow.
And so I've had to really grow through that because I don't want to be stagnant. I don't want to be in one spot. And so for the past 4 years, I have turned to 3 things that have really helped me find clarity in the moment. And these 3 things take like 60 seconds each to do. And they're things that people can do. They're free. Anybody can do them. And so my book is going to be talking about my story of birth to now and where I've been, and then go into these tips. It's called Highway to Happy. And merging into your purpose.
I feel like I'm going to need a very big box of Kleenex to read that book.
You might.
That's
It's going to be a lot in it.
I almost can't even ask you questions about that topic because I can feel myself like I would cry. It's just very... It's a lot of intense things that you've been through.
Yeah.
So
I'm really excited about it. There was one book on my mind for a couple years, and now this is not the same book that I had originally thought of. I'm still going to write that first book, but this one needs to come first. And so I've always wanted to be a writer ever since I was a kid. Like for everybody's birthday, I would write poems. And so I would give them like a framed poem for their birthday. It's like this customized poem to them. My grandfather, that's the most memorable. He was turning 69. And, as a child, you don't really know the connotations of that. And I was like, 69. That age is just fine.
Still remember it?
Yeah.
Is he still around?
No, he passed away. This should be 20 years ago. He passed away.
Does your family still tease you about that?
Oh, always. Like, they tease me about stuff all the time. But it's all in good fun. So
that is the best. A lot that has changed over the past year. Because I talked with you about a year ago. You were the first guest on this podcast. We're celebrating year 2.
Yay.
And you're going to be the first guest on year 2, not season 2. We're on like season 5, I think now. But thank you for coming back. And I'm so glad that we were able to be in person this time. Last time we talked, you guys, I think just got the van.
Yeah.
For the little vancation.
Yeah.
You've gone through a couple quasi rebrands. What else?
It's literally, that's why we changed our name to Being Bethunes, because we're just being Bethunes. That's what we do. Our life is chaos. We can't explain it. We don't know how to explain it, but we operate so beautifully in all the just wildness. And I mean, we got a new bus.
Yeah.
So we got a new bus. It's in Arizona. We've got to get out there to start remodeling it. So we've got her. We also have our current bus. Then we have our van.
Are you going to be remodeling it yourself?
Yes.
So
we weren't going to.
Oh.
Yeah. Our buddy, he's going to remodel it with us, but our buddy remodels buses. And so he did the final remodel on our current bus that we have. And I loved it. And I was like, listen, how great would it be? Hear me out, babe, to just drop the bus off and Michael do it all. And then we just pick it up. Oh, this is great. Wonderful idea. Then the idea actually sets in. And then he's like, I kind of want to put my hands on it and help build it. So now we're going out to Arizona to help build our bus.
Are you making a beeline there after this?
Kind of. I mean, we don't know where we're stopping. We definitely want to stop in Louisiana. We love Creole Louisiana food. And then we don't know. We'll just stop wherever we feel like stopping.
Okay.
And we don't know how long it's going to take.
So you don't have the bus has to get out of the guy's, parking thing for a certain date.
We just have to get there. Okay. Then the usual craziness, we're gutting the entire thing, totally.
Do you think your kids will want to be a part? Are they kind of construction-y, hands-on?
Our oldest and our youngest, they will absolutely be in there, hammering and doing all the things. Molly, our middle, she will want to have her hand in designing stuff. So they're all going to be a part of something in it.
She's the
She said that one. I love
whenever you feature her in some of your little videos. Oh, it just makes my heart so happy.
Because we ask the kids, before we go into filming something, we say, hey, do you want to do this? We explain the concept. And if it's a yes, okay, cool. If it's a no, then we don't film them. Yeah. It's like Eli, he had his birthday in February. I asked him, hey, can I make a post about your birthday? He said, no, I would rather you not. So I didn't make any post on any of my social media about his birthday because he asked me not to.
Do you ever have family members that are asking you questions about your content? Or is it like just not even on their radar? And I have a selfish reason for asking, but please give me your answer first.
We don't even listen to opinions. So they know not to give them to us. Yeah. Like it's just that kind of thing where families like, they're not going to listen anyway. So I'm not going to bother and try and deal. It took a couple years to get them there because we just kept making our own choices. Right. Mm-hmm. And they kept like, why aren't you listening? Well, because we're our own people. So now they just, where are you going? Okay, cool. Have fun.
See you on the flip.
Yep.
You know, like I use, let's say Instagram, for example, as a tool.
Yeah.
For business.
Mm-hmm. Bless Instagram's heart.
To do things that I love and to build community. But then there's like part of me that's like, wait, Instagram came out when I was in college and I used it to like share photos of my life. And there's still part of me that's like, it feels like I should be like sharing more photos because family.
Yeah, if they really wanted to know, just say, hey, can you send me a picture of what's going on with you?
Well, that's the problem. My mom we actually bought my mom one of those frames that's like,
you can send
the pictures. And I'm like, this is a great idea. It's perfect. You know how many times I've sent her pictures?
Like 3?
I think maybe 2. And it was for Mother's Day last year. And I'm always like, oh, shoot, I need to upload pictures to that thing. But then, it's like, the pizza's burning and the kids need the thing.
Life.
The black tank is full. I don't know. Whatever.
All the things.
And then I feel guilt. So I'm always working through that one.
Well, I think you're doing the best you can with what you have. Right. And so if you're doing your best, then that's what matters. And if you can get to sending pictures, then you send pictures.
Yeah.
If you can't get to sending pictures, you send good vibes and say, hey, I love you, but I'll get to it when I can.
And I will definitely send you a birthday gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll get around to it.
I'll give you hugs when I see you. Yeah.
And that is enough.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Just be you, Kate.
It helps me. I try, but I just have a guilt thing.
Guilt is hard. Guilt is one of those emotions that it's like a visceral emotion that really sucks.
Yeah.
But that guilt is not yours to carry. If they are triggered by you or by not sending pictures, that's theirs to carry. They have to figure that out. I look at myself as I'm either a trigger or a glimmer. It has everything to do with them individually and nothing to do with me personally. Is being triggered by me because that's something they've got to work through. You having guilt, you just have to trace back where that comes from. Accept it, recognize it, and then let it go.
Yes.
Do your best what you can.
The interesting part of it is like my parents are so laid back. I'm not sure they even care.
Yeah.
But somehow I have this like perfectionism that's like, oh my gosh, I have to send my parents pictures and I have to make sure everyone's happy before I'm happy. AKA codependency of like, I can't be happy till they're happy. Girl, I didn't know we were going to get to
you never know.
Dash.
You never know what you get.
Yeah. Yes. Me and Drew talked about this a lot. Yeah. So.
Yeah, right?
There it is.
Guilt.
That's it.
Here we are.
Thanks, Instagram.
Way to go. Instagram's great for certain things, but
I do not know how I got on that topic. I'm sweating now.
It's guilt too. Like it's hard. It's one of those heavy emotions are hard to carry. And you don't want to look at it. Like you don't want to look at that emotion. You don't want to explore why it's there. But when we take that deep dive into our shadow of that emotion, we can finally let it go and we can start living. Yeah.
Is this like a topic that you think about and write about a lot? Because this is just like flowing out of you.
This is just
so articulate.
Emotions are kind of my thing. With my PTSD, it has been such a blessing because it has given me this ability to get to know my emotions and my body and my own energy and like really honor myself and realize, okay, I'm being pushed too far here. I'm going to pull back. It's like last night, someone asked us to come out to a fire. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm really tired. I just got back from a girls trip. You guys have fun. I'll catch you later. And they kind of kept going. And I was like, hey, it's okay that I want to go. I'm good where I'm at. You go do you and we'll meet up. And I'm okay. Like this new autonomous Jenn, this saying no Jenn feels so good. So good.
Yeah. Did you not used to be this way?
No, I'm a recovering people pleaser.
Oh, yes. High five. Me too.
Trying to make everybody happy and all the things and felt like I was responsible for everybody else's happiness.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm just saying.
The only person's happiness I'm responsible for is mine.
So speaking of that, remember how I said we had to move today? March Madness. This is the first day of March Madness. My husband, Drew, is obsessed with March Madness and has been ever since I have known him. His favorite team plays at 1:30 today. This morning, we're like, okay, when are we going to move? We have to yada, 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 talking about all the things of the day. Mm-hmm. And he said, I don't want to move unless it's before 12:30 because I really want to watch Creighton play in March Madness. And I was like, okay, we can do that. So I am stress bombing everyone between like 11:45 and 12:30. And I turn into a Kate NATO, as we say. And I'm not proud of it. But I was like, you guys, come on, we have to get out of here by 12:30, like militant. Blah, 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 blah. And when I took a second to reflect, thanks to my husband, he's like, why are you stressed out? Like, no one is pressuring anyone here. I was like, it's because I want you to be happy. It's because I want you to be able to make your 1:30 show or whatever it's called.
Little sport game.
Sports balls. I want you to watch your sports balls and be happy. And I am stressing my brains out to make sure that you're happy.
Yeah.
What?
Isn't that exhausting?
Yes. Mm-hmm. It doesn't happen a lot to me, but every once in a while I'm like, what just happened? Why am I in this crazy mode of I can't be at rest until everyone else is happy?
Yeah. It's a good little reset though, because you recognize it and you're like, oh, wait a second. Hang on. Let's pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Let's stop the Kate NATO for a second. And it gives you that. Then when it happens again, you think back to that and you're like, oh, yeah, I got this.
Yes.
Don't stress. Yes.
And I will say, like, from the beginning of our marriage to now, and we've been married 12 and a half-ish years or so, my recovery time is like a lot quicker now. Mm-hmm. Like I was like, oh, recognize it. Okay, chill. I don't have to be like that anymore. I remember when we were first married, I would like have to journal and have me time for like hours. And it was like, what is going on with me? Why am I like this? Blah, blah, blah. Here we are.
Yeah. All the things, all the growth, all the amazing growth. Because like great marriages don't just, the bug in my bro.
Oh no, that happened to me the other day. Except it was down my pants.
Oh.
I was at a campfire and literally down the back of my
frisky.
pants.
The bugs are getting frisky.
Dude.
Damn.
Crazy around here. Something else I want to talk to you about. This is like a way different topic.
Open book. We're good. Picnic conversations here.
Picnic table sessions from the Purple Clams. It seems like you go to a lot of events, like Schooly, McSchoolerson, whatever it's called. What's it called?
Schooly UP or Schooly Swarm. There's a bunch.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
We just spent a month in Madison, Florida with Full-Time Families Organization.
Yeah.
All kinds of shenanigans. Yeah. Plus, you've been in RV life for years.
Yeah.
What are some of like your favorite like meetup type organizations that you're involved with?
So we love Full-Time Families, right? Because every organization that we're in is a different dynamic. They're different people. We're kind of the people that flutter. We flutter all around. We don't have a set group that we stay in. So we know people from all places. And so like we've been to purely van life events where it's like people in their 20s out in Bend, Oregon, where all the things are legal and it's a great time. And then, we've been to events with schooly people where you're out boondocking in the wilderness somewhere. And then we go to full-time events where, you're in campgrounds and hanging out. So it really just depends on the event. We talk to the kids about it and see where they want to go and where their friends are going to be. And then we just fly by the seat of our pants. Usually we're coming into events last minute. This one we planned out though. And the balloon fiesta were planned out.
This one is, you got to be on the list.
It's a lot. This one is a lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is the balloon fiesta, that's in October?
Yeah. I know. I know. We bought
March.
Kyle he loved it. We went a couple years ago and like it was soul changing for him. And so, yes, when the tickets went, he got to fly in a hot air balloon. So he was just very happy. Okay. And when the tickets went on sale, he was like, we're going. So that's where we'll be in October. End of September, October.
What all does that entail? I've heard people have to get up at like super early in the morning.
Oh, it's a whole production.
And there's a lot of orange dust.
Yeah. So it is over 600 hot air balloons are lifted into the air at one time, well, in stages, but it's the largest hot air balloon festival in the world.
Is it like every day?
Yeah. So they have it for a week long. It's actually maybe 10 days because we're media. We get media passes and we get to sign up to go for rides. And so Kyle we signed up and he got picked and he got to ride the sloth. And he got to ride in the sloth hot air balloon. And so it was life-changing for him. And so, we're going back. That's the one thing I have booked.
Is he going to try to like fly one this year? Like level up? Or
I don't think
does he just want to ride it?
Ride again. I think the kids want a crew. And so you can sign up to be a crew for some of these people. And so maybe the kids are going to crew. But I said, if only one of us gets to go in the media this year, not sitting out I sat out that year because they called Kyle and I was like, this is your dream. So I'm going to let you have this one. So.
And now it's your dream.
Yeah. I'm like, I would like to go up in the hot air balloon. Thanks.
I'm on the fence about it, man.
It's nerve-wracking, right? Because you're up really, really high. There's nothing saving you, okay? There's a lot of hot air balloon accidents. So here's what I'm thinking. If I don't go up, we're putting a deck on the new bus on the roof. And so I'm going to have my own rooftop deck that I could just watch the balloons go by.
Is this on the new bus or this one?
New bus. Yeah.
Okay. That's brilliant because it's like an extra room.
Yeah.
And it has more privacy than just
your area
like this.
Yeah. And the hot air balloons fly right over your rig. And we looked out of our window and there's a hot air balloon coming right up over our bus. Yeah, as we're sleeping.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, normal, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I could get
It's pretty awesome.
Except not the boondocking part. We're not quite.
Okay, it's not that bad. Yet. They have a water truck that comes around and fills your water. They have a dump truck that comes and dumps your tanks and stuff.
Okay.
So it's not
easy, but boondocking.
It's very light. It's diet boondocking.
Diet.
Yeah, it's the diet version.
Yes.
Good introductory
diet
boondocking.
BD.
Yeah, the diet BD.
Hey friends, pardon the interruption. This is a sponsored episode and it's time for a short ad break. All right, friends, let's get real for a sec. Cleaning every part of your RV, including the nasty bits, is a big part of RV life. We use wastewater products for our camper from Unique Camping and Marine that are the best. They have a 2-in-1 toilet cleaner and black tank treatment called Flush It. That is freaking brilliant. Find these and many other useful RV products at uniquecampingmarine.com and use code RVQueens for 15% off your order. Here's our excuse for not boondocking.
Mm-hmm.
Our inverter does not invert.
Okay.
Or what is it supposed to do? Charge things?
Yeah, it's supposed to convert the power.
Convert.
Yeah.
So that means our refrigerator will go dead. And, we can last like a day, but then all your stuff starts to spoil when the fridge gets hot. So
some people that start out.
Excuse.
Yeah. We recommend just getting like one battery, having one panel just to charge your fridge. So that way you at least know that your fridge is going to not be spoiled.
Yes.
So there's that. It's an option.
We do have one.
Yeah. It's just the inverter is not inverting as it should. So that's slightly problematic.
Oh boy. Let's not get into the topic of RV issue.
No.
It's for another podcast.
Yeah, that's not for this one. No.
Another topic I want to touch on.
Okay.
Do you guys still have your community of the Bethunes?
We do. Yeah. I actually just really completely changed it and made it free. Yeah. We're no longer charging because I felt like I want this to be a community of people and not just exclude people. So the only thing they need is to sign up with an email. And that's it. Mm-hmm. And then it relieves pressure from me for not being able to create extra content. I create it when I can, and I message when I can. I do the things I can with it, but it takes that pressure off of me because I don't want to make my money from my family. I don't want to make it from my people. And that's kind of what I felt like we were doing. And for me, it didn't feel aligned. But for other people, content creation is hard. And you need to get paid for what you do. And if that's how you feel aligned to have that community, then 1,000,000%, yes. Charge for it.
So is it like weekly online hangouts or what all is included with your?
We're revamping it to look different because we're doing like weekly live streams and trying to put more content and every day trying to put content there, but it burnt us out. And so it wasn't like fulfilling anymore. And the people we realized that were paying the money just wanted to support us. They didn't even care about the extra content. They just wanted to send us the extra money every month. And so it kind of became, well, let's make it free and accessible to everybody just with an email address. And we can all share in the love there.
Nice.
So that's what it's turning into. So I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know what we're going to put in there. I'll put in what I can when I can.
An extension of being Bethunes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like everyone can be a Bethune.
Yeah. Seriously, that's my motto. Is I want everybody to
Bethunies.
Just come be a Bethune.
You guys have a whole chill vibe, and I could see why people would be like, "Yeah, I want to sign up to be in that family."
Yeah.
Will you adopt me?
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. With us. It's fine. We'll pull a big trailer behind us.
Yeah.
We already have 4 vehicles. What's one more?
You have 4?
We have a Jeep. We have the 2 buses, and then the van. Yeah, because we apparently like wheels. I don't know.
Yeah. When people tell you that they want to live a life like yours, like I want to renovate an old vintage bus and be nomadic and also be parents and be creative. What do you tell people?
I tell them to go rent an RV for a week and bring your kids and your dogs and your life into that RV and then see how much you think you can do it after that. Because it's not easy. No. It's a beautiful life. It's a hard life. It can transform you in ways that you never, ever thought were imaginable. But it's not for the faint of heart.
Ditto that.
Yeah.
I always think that because I think nomad life gets glamorized very easily because there are very glamorous parts of it. I think the feeling of awe that you get, like Florida sunset, for example, I've seen a lot of those, and it's winter and I haven't had to deal with snow, and it's been great. And there's a lot of gratitude that comes, whenever you are in that, like when you're in nature and you have the sense of awe. But then there's a lot of other practical, logistical shenanigans that come along.
Oh, for sure.
That don't get talked about a lot.
Like being on the road and being on the side of I-10 while Kyle has to go replace a brake line underneath the bus while there's semi-truck zooming by, know? Those sort of things that...
Is I-10 the crazy one?
Oh, yeah. Any of them are crazy, but that one, it was right outside of LA.
Oh.
Yeah. It was
that one.
Yeah. We had to pull off. It was right outside of it. Yeah.
How long did that take?
So we have air brakes. And so sometimes it took us a couple years to get through all the old airlines. So we were like blowing airlines left and right. And
I don't know what that means.
So air brakes, they have these hoses that power the brakes through air.
Okay.
And so they're very different than regular brakes. But what he has to do is he has to cut that piece out of hose, rubber hose, go take it to Napa Auto Parts, find a Napa. Then he has to have them make a new hose with the clampy mabobber doodles and then go put it back onto the bus.
Oh my God.
It's a process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So rent the RV first. Absolutely rent the RV before you decide that this is a good life choice for you.
Cram everyone in there. We did it for a weekend and it was like so relaxing and wonderful. I don't regret our choice. I just wish we would have done one of those like training things about like learn what's going on here.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the same for buses, but for our RV, like the seals, sealant. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
because water gets in.
Right. And like literally you have to keep an eye on that or else it's like your floor is molding.
Yeah.
And then you have to like replace the whole thing. And it's one of those, it just becomes part of, your like weekly,
your everyday
like life stuff. Yeah. It's like, oh, I got to go on the roof and make sure the blah, blah, blah sealant thing isn't like bubbling up and bursting.
But it's like mowing the lawn at a regular house, right?
Exactly.
You have to mow the lawn.
Always something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's chores. Maintenance.
Chores.
Yeah. We built a life around travel, right? We loved travel. And so we built our life around that. So we still budget. We still have to do normal things that traditional homes do. It just looks a little different because we're on wheels.
Yes. Don't you kind of hate the word chores?
Do you know what I call it?
Such a negative.
When we have to clean the bus, I call it nurturing our home.
Yes.
That's what we started calling it.
A great term for it.
So every Sunday we nurture our home because our home needs our love. It needs our attention. And so instead of saying chores, our home needs nurturing.
Yeah. We started, I don't even remember where this came from, but for the kids, we call it like family economy.
Ooh.
It's a little bit sterile, but it's like instead of having like a chore chart, it's like you're helping the family economy. My husband's very into like, finance.
I mean, I would see that coming from Drew.
Yeah.
I don't see you naming it family economy.
All right, I'll go with it. I'll make the family economy sheet artsy.
We'll have glitter.
Yeah. So that's my role. It's like I will create it.
Yeah.
Every week for you. Family economy. We're gonna workshop that one a little bit.
Family economy.
Yeah. I like yours better. I think maybe we should go with that. Nurturing the home.
Yeah, it just sounds
and it is our home.
Loving and sweet.
Right. It's like you're watering the flowers.
Absolutely.
It's like we're loving it into life.
Yeah. Loving it into life. I love that. It's giving me life.
You gotta speak to the RV just like you would speak to the plants. Like, this seal will stay this time.
Because here's the thing, that inner dialogue, I'm telling you, no matter who you speak to, the way that people speak to others, you can tell so much about their internal dialogue and how they speak to themselves. So like when I've really tried to change my mindset on that and like really be cognizant of how I'm speaking, the words that I'm saying to myself. Because if I say mean, nasty words to myself and I'm blame, shame, criticizing, critical, I'm not going to speak to people in the same nice, positive way.
And even inanimate objects, such as an RV, if you're sitting there like cursing the thing every time it has an issue, which is almost daily for us, it's like you're not acknowledging that life is working for you. There's a reason that we're learning these lessons.
Yes.
What is it? There's some gems here. We got to get this out until we're saying, you know what, RV? This time, this is going to work.
Yeah. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. We're going to get through it. It's cool. It's fine.
There's a reason we're going through this. We'll find it. That's
usually you have to pause. You've got to pause and reflect on what's going on.
Just like I had to earlier today. Why am I so angry right now?
Right? I hate NATO. I do like that though. I can see you just.
Or I've also called it like the beehive.
Ooh,
my mind's just like, yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah. But like after you drink yerba mate.
Oh, I did that in the van. So bless the yerba mate's little heart. I go in this gas station in Washington and we're traveling with our friends, Jed and Sandy, and we're staying in the van for 11 and a half weeks. And we get to this store and we're exhausted. We can't find a place to stay. We're up in the Cascade Mountain Range. And finally we come down and find this little service station. I'm like, ooh, what is yerba mate? What is this yerba mate? And so I take it and I'm like, I'm going to try it. It looks good. So it tasted interesting. And then I feel like so jittery. And we pull off and get up to our friends. And I was like, what is this stuff? And my friend goes, yerba mate? You drank that? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, that is loaded with caffeine. So I was like, just like wrecked for the rest of the day.
Do you not usually drink caffeine?
I drink 1 cup of coffee a day.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Good regulation.
Yeah.
I'm still on like a 2 to 3 cup a day regimen.
I've heard that 1 cup doesn't change your body structure or your mood or anything like that. It doesn't hurt you. 1 cup doesn't hurt you. But I think when you go above, like because when I used to work in the traditional life, I had a coffee pot in my grooming salon. And so as a groomer, I'm working 10 hours. Like I'm once an hour, I'm drinking another cup of coffee. And so it like burnt me out. It wore out my adrenals. Like it just kind of really messes you up.
Oh yeah, man. I remember being like, when I was still working in an office, it was like at least 2 cups of coffee a day and then maybe like 2 Diet Cokes.
Yeah.
And it was just like, by the end of the day, I'm like,
my body's had no water at the end of the day. I'm like, coffee?
Yeah.
Not enough. Not enough.
The dehydrating type of water.
So now I just carry my happy little boho thing with me. So I have water all the time.
I love it. Okay. So at this event, they gave us those welcome bags with the tea chino.
Oh, I didn't
taste it.
I didn't even look in the welcome bag.
It's so good. You like the taste of coffee.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Any of those like non-coffee, like type things where it's, I don't even know, made of like chicory root or whatever.
Mushroom coffee.
Taste those?
But
is it still coffee beans?
I mean, there is
like the adaptogen stuff in it.
Yeah. So it's still, there's still coffee in there. There's still caffeine, but it's not as much. And it's more along the lines of using the mushroom for the natural energy rather than the coffee.
Okay.
And I actually like those.
I'm into that. Ticino some of them have like the mushroom adaptogens, like whatever that stuff is called.
Okay.
But then it like legit tastes like coffee. I'm not trying to like.
So I need to go in my welcome bag and find this because I think my welcome bag is under the bed and I haven't opened it up. So
your kids haven't like rummaged through it because mine did immediately.
Oh, well.
And I was like, take all the stickers, give me that coffee thing.
Ticino.
Yeah. Throw the candy away.
We don't need the candy.
Try it. Let me know what you think.
Great, I will. Yeah. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna open my Ticino and make myself a.
I hope you like it now that I talked it out.
I probably will. I'm a pretty easy to please kind of gal.
It's like, I think it's an herbal tea that somehow they flavor with like coffee. Because that was, if you read the little bio of the woman, she's like, I didn't want the caffeine. She had some sensitivities and stuff, the acid in her stomach. And then she loved the flavor of coffee. Let me know what you think.
I like it. Yeah. I like that idea. I have to tell you, so I remember when you were beginning this podcast, like it was in the infancy at like RV Creating Yet. And I am
back in Camp Margaritaville.
Yeah. Like, I just want to tell you, I'm so proud of you and how far you've come. I did RV Creating Yet again. And Leah from Llama Llama Adventure. I love you, Leah.
I love you.
Just so many people are in your group that were at RV Creating your, what did you remember the group that I missed this time? Yeah. I have to get better at punctuality and remembering things. Find more balance in it.
It's always nice fun.
But I'm so proud of how far you've come. You've killed it. You've done so freaking amazing. And I'm just so proud of you.
I was telling Drew this the other day. It's the first time I've had like an endeavor, like I've started little businesses and all that kind of stuff. And in the past, I've always had such like an attachment. It was like a neediness. Like I have to make this business work because of, I'm just so passionate about it. And like, I don't know, there was just like the energy was always not quite right.
Wasn't for the right reason.
And something, I don't know. I can't. Still working on that one. Need a journal like 3 hours longer.
Right? That way,
maybe I'll get there.
You got to process.
But this is the first thing that I'm just like, it's just like pure joy for me. Like I just love it. And it's fun. For example, like podcast sponsors. I do reach out to brands for sponsorships. But it's like, I don't have this freaked out neediness with it. I'm just like, we'll see if they do it. It'd be fun to partner with them, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I wish I could like say some brand names that I'm like working on partnerships with because that'll be fun. But I'll let you know when that happens. But it's like I just have this lighthearted, happy detachment.
I love
to
that.
it. Yeah. And it's just like super fun for me.
Well, I have to tell you, your group absolutely affects everyone in it in such a beautiful way, like the way that they speak about it and how empowered they are. And just like Leah was telling me, there was one group that like was, okay, this group is ended. And then you kept it going because the girls just loved it so much. And I think it's just such a testament to who you are as a person and your soul and your beauty. Like you have all of these women that you have gathered around you that are just beautiful and incredible like you are.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're good, kid. I love it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think I'm lucky because like the RV community, there's just so many good people. Like it's fascinating because there's all types of people here. Like super conservative, very liberal, and like literally everything in between. Like vegans, meat eaters, everything in between. But at the core, like we all really value freedom. And I think there's like this common thread of like questioners.
Yeah.
Like we don't want the traditional American life. Like there's some disillusionment there that we're like, why are we living like that? You know? And it's created like it creates kind of like an instant bond.
Yeah.
And with the women in RV Queens, it's like, man, these ladies they're looking for community and they're just like instantly vulnerable. Like, oh my gosh, friends, we're the same, right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I love that you've done that because I know it helps women more than anything to have to feel empowered because in this day and age, women tear women down a lot. And a lot of the comments that I get that are negative and hateful are from women.
Ooh.
Yeah. But I get a lot of great ones. However, the ones that are the nastiest, the ones that attack my appearance and who I am and like try to really cut me down are from women.
And then you work your Jenn magic.
Yep. And then I'm just like, bless your heart.
You're like, I'm sorry you're hurting.
Yep.
You know, bless you.
Yep. I wish you well on your healing journey.
Yeah.
Because that's all I can do. You know, I got one yesterday about my service dog. And so they're like, oh, that's not a real service dog. And I really wanted to type out something that I can't say on this podcast. And I just took a breath. I took a beat, did one of those tips of mine.
Yes.
And then I just hit the care button. I didn't respond. I just hit care because I know that that person making that comment has no idea who I am, has no idea about my struggles. Obviously, if they're going to comment in a very judgmental way about somebody else who is having a struggle, they're internally so broken and beaten up and just exhausted. So then I have empathy for them. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to send you some love and vibes, Sheila. Bless your heart. Like
Karen.
Yeah. Deborah. And if it's that and you're listening, I love you. I love you and you're amazing.
Jennifer.
Oh, yeah.
I have a lot of friends named Jennifer.
Yeah, not very much.
I don't have any Sheilas in my friend repertoire yet.
Yeah.
Maybe I will find one.
I've got a couple, but I don't mean those Sheilas. The other Sheilas. Those other Sheilas.
Other Sheilas. Oh my gosh. I have talked with you too long. Actually, we're over time.
Oh my gosh.
Can you believe it?
I mean, it happens.
And my computer's bad today.
Universe.
It is plugged in. Oh, it's not plugged in.
It stayed on for just long enough.
I'm a professional. Bink. There we go. Yeah. Thank you for coming over today and having a picnic table session with me.
Thank you for having me. I love this.
Very warm purple clam.
I love the breeze.
And there is
a fan.
A professional fan.
Which also matches the black decor. Like I love the branding here.
I mean,
the dinosaur map.
Insert a Hollywood word that means high fashion and glamorous.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing here.
Absolutely, we are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, obviously. Well, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
And I will see you on the road.
Yeah, absolutely. Again. We're out there.
Of course. Yes. Us too. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode and for being my favorite part of RV life. If you could please like and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on, that would be awesome. And listen, if you want to have conversations like I had on this episode with your fellow RV women, head to rvqueenspodcast.com/community and choose your RV Queen Circle today. All right, guys, I'll see you next week, or hopefully I will see you on the road.
Why am I like this?